Does the world really care? See, this week I moved to take you on a 6-day journey on a topic I've titled, Does the World Really Care? Please stick with me. This is not just a teaching, it's a mirror. Have you ever poured into people until you became empty? Have you ever helped people only to look around in your lowest season and realize that the same hands you lifted could not lift you back? Have you ever given so much that people started loving your hand, but not your heart? Then follow this series, please. Follow to the end. I'll be sharing a personal story from one of the darkest seasons of my life, my cancer journey, and how God showed me that even when the world does not care, a Roy still sees. Now open your heart, follow closely. You will be glad you did. Stick with me and let's begin. Now the question is, does the world really care? When the giver becomes the one in need, does the world really care? This is not just a question. It's a cry from the hearts of people who have poured into others until they became empty. Someone reached out to me yesterday and she was crying. I've poured my whole life out. It's a question many broken people are too tired to ask out loud. Sometimes the same word that says speak up is the same word that walks away when you finally open your mouth. The same word that says check on your strong friends is the same word that keeps taking strength from them without asking if they are empty. The same word that says be kind is the same word that laughs when someone is being dragged, when someone is being mocked, when someone is misunderstood, when someone is being destroyed publicly. So I ask again, does the world really care? Or does the world really care when your pain becomes a story they can consume? The painful truth is this: sometimes the world cares about your story, not you. They care when your pain becomes content. They care when your tears become gist. They care when you struggle. Your struggle becomes something to discuss, something to pity, something to analyze, something to repost. But when you are silently drowning, who shows up? When you cannot sleep at night, who checks on you? When you are smiling in public and bleeding in private, who notices? Who helps you rebuild? When people want you, when family wants you and still expect you to protect their image, who stands with you? When people push you, when they break you, and when they hold on to your reaction as proof that you are the problem, who tells the truth? I mean, this lady cried yesterday. Let me say this from a very honest place. Do not wear yourself out helping people and believing that they will automatically reciprocate when you are down. No. Do not give so foolishly that people only love your hands, not your heart. Okay? Do not give so much that people become addicted to what they can collect from you. Be no interest in who you are, how you are doing, or what you're carrying. Some people do not love you. They love your access. They love your availability. They love your generosity. They love your open hand. They love the fact that you never say no. They love the fact that you show up even when you're breaking, even when you're bleeding. They love the fact that you will inconvenience yourself to make them comfortable. But the day your hand becomes empty, the attitude will reveal that they were never connected to your heart. Now, they were connected to what you could give. And the Bible says in Mark chapter 12, verse 31, love your neighbor as yourself, not above yourself, not instead of yourself, not while destroying yourself, as yourself. That means if your love for people has become hatred for yourself, something is wrong. If your giving has become self-destruction, something is wrong. If your kindness has trained people to use you, something is wrong. So be wise. Do not stop being kind, but stop giving in a way that makes people value your usefulness more than your humanity. Come on now. Do not stop helping, but stop destroying yourself in the name of love. Do not stop being generous, but learn to give with boundaries. Because anyone who loves your hand will disappear when your hand has nothing left to offer. And if you are a foolish giver like me, you will understand this deeply. You will give. You give with zero condition. You give because your heart is open. You give because you know what it feels like to be stranded. You see, you give because you cannot watch people suffer when you have capacity. You have the capacity to help. You give even when it costs you your comfort. You give even when it empties you. You give even when others look at you and say you are foolish. And maybe in the eyes of many people, it looks like foolishness. Yes. Because countless times I have stripped myself of comforts for people. I've gone far for people close to me. I have carried burdens that were not mine. I have given in ways that many people would consider foolishness. People have called me foolish. I give with zero conditions. But when you get to your lowest, you will see the true color of some of the same people you sacrificed for. That's the truth. Bitter, right? But that's true. Some will suddenly forget your sacrifices. Some will place funny conditions because they can support you. Some will mock you in the lowest position. Some will make you feel like you must beg, you must crawl, you must shrink or pick their poo before they can help. How does that sound? Painful, right? Humiliating. Heartbreaking. But it's real. That is why you must be wise in your giving. Do not break your head expecting the same people to you helped to reciprocate. Most times, your help will come from strangers. God will place strangers at strategic places for you. God will raise people you do not know, who do not know your full story, but they will become answers to your prayers. God will send help from places you did not expect. That's God. God will touch hearts you never ever considered. And I know this because I have lived it. A lot of strange connections have happened on my journey that I cannot but agree that the hand of God is upon me. I have received help from places and people that left me speechless. That's true. Sometimes I sit back and I wonder, how God orchestrated those moments. There were things I have seen on this journey that made me know that heaven recorded my heart of giving. Not because people always remember it, but because those I helped always came, or because those I helped always came back to help me. No, but because God saw me. The Bible says in Hebrews chapter 6, verse 10, for God is not unrighteous to forget your work and labor of love. People may forget. People may pretend not to remember. People may even mock you in the season when you need them most. But God does not forget. Let me tell you my story. While I was going through the darkest journey of my life, cancer, a time came when I had to move out from where I was staying because a new baby was coming, right? I had been made to understand that the toxicity of chemotherapy could affect the newborn, yeah? And I did not want that to happen. So the baby had just been brought home and it was time for me to go and receive chemotherapy. I did not have anywhere to go after my treatment that day, but I packed my bag as I prepared to go to the hospital, right? And I told them that I was going to see a friend after receiving treatment. Now, know this. I did not have anywhere in mind. I mean, after receiving chemotherapy, what you need is to go home, right? You need rest. You need safety. You need warmth. You need care. You need somewhere to lay your head. But I had nowhere to go. I did not want to discomfort the newborn and the new mom. So I carried my suitcase to the hospital. Imagine that. Going for chemotherapy with a suitcase. Going to receive poison into your body, not knowing where you will sleep afterwards. Come on now. Right? Going to fight for your life while also trying to not to inconvenience another life. So this is why I ask, does the world really care? Because sometimes people only see your strength. They do not see the weight you are carrying. No, they do not see the questions in your heart. They do not see the tears you swallow. No, they do not see how much it costs you to keep going. The Bible says in Genesis chapter 16, verse 13, thou, God, seest me. Hagar called him El Roi, the God who sees me. So when people do not see your pain, El Roi sees. When people do not understand what you're carrying, El Roi sees. When you are walking into chemotherapy with a suitcase, like me, and nowhere to go after treatment, El Roi sees. Come on now. Now, let me pause here. Tomorrow, I'll tell you what happened after I finished my chemotherapy and began looking for a place to sleep. All right? Now declare with me, I will not die waiting for the world to care. I will not break myself to prove my love. I will give with wisdom. I will love with boundaries. I will not allow people to love only my hands and ignore my heart. Now say it with me, El Roi sees me. El Roi sees me. El Roi sees me. To be continued tomorrow. I love you. And this is brought to you by Chidima Doris and the Miracle on Two Legs.